Trump's tariffs are a problem, and this is why. A problem for China.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. A couple of videos ago, I got a really nice comment from one of you guys in the comments there. And I also just wanted to address the comments for a quick second. I know I haven't been as active in there recently. I've been actually very focused on trying to output more videos and find more content for videos. And don't get me wrong though, I do read all your guys' comments. I'll leave like some thumbs up and hearts and all the rest of it to kind of let you guys know at least I'm touching base in there. But I feel like, okay, if I start responding to one, I got to try and attend to them all in each video. And before you know it, it's like, wow, an hour can go by because, I start to overthink, responses and whatnot. Either way, I'm going to start getting more active in the comments again. I do promise. But to this one other person that left a comment, a really nice comment, it actually had to do with my wife stating, thank your wife for sacrificing her time or my time, to provide videos and whatnot for you guys. And that I was really lucky to have the wife that I did. And I got to agree and say, yes, I do. Yeah, or yes, I am. I'm very lucky. And reason being is this, say up until like 2019, my wife and I both, we really didn't pay much attention to politics before COVID kicked in and Trump was president. And back then, guys, believe it or not, I was not a huge Trump fan. I was never against Trump, but I thought that he only ran for president out of ego in 2016. I was looking at The Apprentice guy. I only caught on in 2019, like what this guy's really trying to do, and really grew a strong appreciation for him. So both her and I back then did not really care about politics. And so, selfishly enough as it sounds, until I started to see it not just affect my life, but people around me. So COVID played a big factor, and the way that was handled and how quickly 4 separate remedies were put out. And the whole 81 million vote thing really got me looking into it. And luckily, this is where I got to say with my wife, where we were lucky, we both had the same views. We weren't even aware of it, but we just both had the same political views because now we're both heavily into politics. While I'm recording this, my wife is upstairs right now watching political stuff on YouTube. We both love politics. She's the same thing as me when it comes to Trump. She's a big Trumper, loves Trump. So I just want to say thank you to you guys in the comments for leaving the pleasant and nice comments that you do. And I just wanted to touch base on that there. Besides that, I won't waste no more of you guys' time. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Meredith St. John, and I'm not paying my debt anymore because all of it is literally made up. The United States government doesn't pay their debt either. Those millionaires in the wealthy class, hey, they don't pay their debt either. They don't even pay their fines. They file bankruptcy, okay? And if you're afraid to do it, that's fine. I'll do it on my own. I'll document everything, and I'll show you how easy it is to get around this.
Hi, Doja Cat. Unfortunately, that wasn't me in that movie. However, I can be a very good backup dancer for you in a music video or something. I can shake this body real good. I move very gracefully. My DMs are open.
Hey, Trump, I can guarantee you one thing for sure. How to make America great again. If you leave it. If you leave America, it will be great again.
The other day I went to a restaurant with my girlfriend and my 4-year-old, and the server came up and said, "Hello, ladies," and proceeded to take our drink order. And as soon as the server left, my 4-year-old looked at me and just gasped and was like, "They called you a lady." She also corrected a family member the other day who she heard me and just went, "They, them, they, them, they, them," over and over again until they acknowledged her. All that to say, if my freshly 4-year-old can figure out pronouns, so can your shitty boomer parents. No more excuses.
I don't care whether it's cholesterol, another Luigi, or a Final Destination type logging truck incident. Just hurry the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about.
I support Anonymous. What they did absolutely should have been done. Trump, get out! Get the fuck out!
Here's how I know that conservatives never have any idea what they're talking about. I met with somebody today who grew up with my wife, and she knows that we're married. We've been introduced. I am her wife. she knows that we're married, we've got a kid, we're LGBTQ family here. And she asked me today, so are you guys active in the Catholic Church? I'm sorry, what? No. That's what my face wanted to do, but I was in public. So I kind of kept my face a little straighter and just said, no, we're not. And then she went on and babbled about something about, I don't even know what the hell she was talking about, because I just sat there and thought, you have no idea, do you? You have no idea. You're going to ask somebody who lives their life in a very red area, pretty openly LGBTQ, right? It's not a secret. If somebody asks who this is, I say, this is my wife, Caitlin. Because I like to make people a little bit uncomfortable with that. Anyway, you know that we're a two-mom family, and you're going to ask if we're active in the Catholic Church. Like, I know that Pope Francis has said a few things, but your everyday Catholic is not going to be welcoming to my family more often than not. The fuck are you talking about?
All right, this lady's a dum-dum who's got her wires crossed. You can walk into any Catholic church and be openly gay. If your whole community knows that you're gay, and you're going to be welcomed. Churches are not going to shun you. That doesn't happen in the Christian or Catholic community. If you would find a church that actually would shun you, then yeah, turn your back on them. It doesn't mean you step away from religion. It doesn't mean that you turn your back on God. Again, I'm not some super religious person. I haven't been in a church in a long time. But do I believe in God? Well, hell yeah. Of course I do. I find a lot of the LGBTQ community now, they've come to this point, and a lot of the left, not even LGBTQ, it seems like a lot of the left is part of the LGBTQ. It's like they're like the majority almost at this point. At least that's how it looks on TikTok. It's like they've made a choice inside, like, you know what? I'm no longer going to believe in God. That way I can live my life the way I want to live without having any guilt. Because apparently what I'm doing is wrong in the Bible. Okay. You can look at it that way. Me personally, if you're gay, if you're a man married to another man, a woman married to another woman, I don't look at you from a religious standpoint and say, oh, how dare you? You're defying God. I think God still looks at it like, what's in here? What's right from wrong? But the fact that you guys have made this choice to literally shun away religion and shun away God so you can kind of like go down your own selfish path. Just the fact that she doesn't just say that I'm gay, I'm in a gay marriage. It's as soon as you throw in we're an LGBTQ plus family and you're basically talking about a double mom family, meaning there's a child involved. I'm willing to bet that child just so happens to be trans. Willing to bet. I wonder how that happens. It's a little strange. But this, again, does not need to be this way. I don't see how you can just turn your back on an obvious higher power. How do you think this whole planet took shape? How do you all think it took form? You all want to believe in science. Okay, I like science also, but the difference is here, if you're a religious person, you can also accept science. Science and religion coexist. If you're a science believer, if you worship science, then there's no religion all of a sudden, which is very strange. You can only have the one or the other. And if you all literally believe, think about it, the Big Bang Theory, it's a cop-out. What that is like, shit, we cannot explain how this all began, and there's no way a God made everything. We have to be able to explain it scientifically, and there's no way to explain it. So you know what happened one day? There was just a big bunch of black space, and poof, out of nowhere, everything was just created. The Big Bang Theory. That's what they rely on for their beliefs.
I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of watching people suffer. I'm sick and tired of us not knowing what to do. I'm sick and tired of the Democrats going and sitting on their hands in Congress and the House of Representatives. I'm doing something, and it might be delusional. It might amount to nothing. I don't fucking care, dude. I literally don't care. All of us should be crashing out more.
People who are really surprised that Donald Trump is like doing everything he possibly can to make the billionaires around him as much money as he can without regard for the United States need to get a fucking grip. because you fucking voted for him because he was a successful businessman and he was going to run America like a business. Do you know how businesses work? Do you know how corporations work? The top 1% get all the money and everyone else fucking suffers. You got what you fucking voted for. You fucking morons!
The U.S. Army posted on Twitter that transgender people will no longer be allowed to enlist in the military, and that's a pretty bold move considering that in 2020 enlistment hit a 40-year low. In my opinion, y'all need to be taking whoever the fuck y'all can get, especially with Donald Trump waging war on all these fucking countries. You are in no position to be picky.
I have a message for all the crazy people out here that are getting upset because Tesla is losing stocks and Tesla is, well, just anything that happens to those assholes that are trying to destroy our government. Tu bola de pendejos.
Do the penguins know about the tariffs?
Not enough people are talking about the craziest thing that the right has done so far. Trying to diagnose people who don't support Trump with TDS. Do y'all even know what the DSM-5 is? You don't believe that there should be mental health supports. You don't... Oh my god. Like, how does that side think that they get to diagnose people with a made-up thing because we don't like someone? I don't know, I think that's the wildest thing that I've heard. And just the most ridiculous thing. Like, I can't, like, it makes me cringe just thinking about them sitting there going, no, they don't believe in this policy because they're deranged.
Y'all have lost your goddamn minds if you think that this administration and how they want to fine migrants for being in the United States up to $1,000 a day if they don't self-deport. This is their home, motherfucker! Like, what do you mean? Is this not a melting pot? Is this not the land of the free? $1,000 a day, retroactive, so they could be paying up to $1 million instead of just taxing billionaires who can afford it. Y'all are so fucking dumb.
Okay, that's back-to-back intelligent winners that I picked first here. And it's funny how she ends off saying that we're so effing dumb. She's missing the whole point here with this whole retroactive $1,000 a day. First of all, that's being referred to illegal migrants, not just migrants, not migrants that are actual citizens. And that's how she's speaking about it. Like, hey, sure, I may have immigrated here, but now I'm going to get charged $1,000 a day retroactively unless I self-deport. And then she's making it sound like, almost like this is Trump's tactic, one of his tactics to get money. Why not just tax the billionaires instead? It's not about getting the money, you dum-dum. This motivates somebody to self-deport. I'm here illegally. I'm going to get fined $1,000 a day, even if I find a way to stay. Again, I came here illegally. And yes, retroactively, I've been here for 3 years. Wow, that's a lot of money. I better get my ass out of here. It's completely ingenious. Yet, we're the effing dum-dums.
This is one thing I know that I can do right now that's actually gonna matter. We need to come for their wallets. We can never organize enough to boycott something. None of us have the discipline to strike and to boycott. And we have FOMO, so how about we keep our money? How about that? How about a revolution where we rest? How about a revolution where we do less? Every single time we have to revolt against the government and stand up for our rights, we have to work even harder than we already are. And it's impossible right now because they've literally pushed us to the limit. We're working way too much. What we have to do is take our money back. We have to take our time back. We have to take our rest back. This is fucking ridiculous.
Hot take. I want a safe space from cis women. How about that? What if I wanted a safe space away from cis women who are gonna do hella microaggressions and make me feel incredibly uncomfortable and just generally sometimes ruin the vibe? No shade to some of y'all. Some of y'all are absolutely lovely. And then some of y'all...
At least once a day, one of you chuckle fucks comes into my comments and asks me, how much do I get paid for talking shit about old yam tits? The answer is zero, shitbag. Ever since that bloated piece of shit came down the escalator. Because the thing is, I don't think that he's just the worst president in American history. I think that he is one of the worst human beings in American history. He has zero redeemable qualities. So no, the boogeyman George Soros does not pay me to talk shit about him. It's just so fun, I do it for free.
I have a very serious question. Like, I'm so fucking for real when I say this right now. Like, okay, how do I word this? Lock in. Like, I feel like this is a really important question, and not enough people are asking it. Who do you think is the big spoon, Donald or Elon?
If you're gonna post hateful content, mean content, and bullying content about people's faces, you need to get the fuck off of my followers list. You need to never, ever look at my shit because, bitch, you are weak and pathetic. Loser.
So you mean to fucking tell me this Cheeto nugget is literally building a gold card for the rich people to come into our country, but no one else can fucking stay? Are you shitting me? Okay, all right. Claps for everyone that voted for him if that's what you wanted, because fuck. Great job, Amy.
So anyway, that's what I'll be doing.
To the parents that voted for Trump and have disabled children or children with IEPs or 504 plans, how does it feel knowing that you voted against your own children? You voted to have their tools stripped away in school. They do not want disabled kids, children with IEPs, 504 plans in public schools. I mean, Greg Gutfeld said it last night on Fox News. Jessica Tarlov said, you know, I see all these plans of what you're wanting to do with dismantling the Department of Education, but I don't see any plans for special need kids. And he said, it's because we're against it. And I know he's just a news anchor, so you're going to say, oh, he's joking. But he's not. This was all in P2025. This is what we screamed from the mountaintops to warn you all about. So how does it feel now waking up and looking in your child's eyes and knowing you voted against your children?
Okay, here we go. Project 2025, of course. Screaming from the mountaintops. You know, maybe you can head back up to that mountaintop for a little while and get some clear air to get your brain going. Greg Gutfeld. He's not an anchor. He's a little bit of a comedic commentator on Fox, and he's got his own show called Gutfeld, and he sits on the 5. Gutfeld is usually always joking. However, sometimes he does put together a very meaningful monologue, and it makes complete 100% sense. But basically saying we don't want them, yeah, that is him joking. The conservative side, the right, the Republicans, the MAGA, they would never accept Trump pretty much just neglecting special needs children. That's not what's happening here. And I'm pretty sure that this young liberal here knows it's not what's happening, but of course she's just trying to get everybody fired up. She's also got videos about RFK Jr. too that, yeah, okay, because he never went to school for all this, he must not know what he's doing, yet he seems to speak so much more highly intelligently than all the researchers about what's going on with chronic disease syndrome and mental disorders and autism. He seems to know more than they do. But most importantly, what this liberal and all the other liberals out there need to understand is that the right, MAGA, Trump supporters did not vote against their children. They actually voted for their children. Their children did not have a very bright future ahead of them the way that the country was going. Again, drag queens reading stories to them in kindergarten, sorry, that's not a safe space. Half the things that they were being taught, what is it, critical race theory? Don't get me wrong, people should learn about things of the past and whatnot, but don't get them gaslit and fueled up and think that there's supposed to be division. That's actually quite sickening. And not only did they vote for their children, they also voted for your children. They voted for the liberal children as well. We are on the side of pro-life. Doesn't mean that there's liberal parents out there that aren't happy and that are not great parents. But how on earth can you think that we are pro-life, but we don't know anything about parenting? How does that make sense? My gosh, these guys never cease to amaze me. I gotta stop trying to figure out their brain, guys. It hurts my brain after a while. I can imagine what it feels like inside of their skull. It must be pretty insane. That's it for tonight, guys. As usual, I do have one more clip for you guys. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you can, like, share, subscribe the video. Like, share, subscribe. Like, comment, and share the video. Thank you very much. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Have a good one, guys.
She's got the strength, especially when she's under a tantrum. She can really throw a lot of strength around.
Control of her.
It's really scary.
Parental understanding is a most important first step in any plan of action to help a retarded child. Exactly what do the parents know about their child's condition? Have they correctly interpreted what their doctor has told them? Now they know that within their own community is a fixed point, a special place to which they can return for help when they need it. This is an example of the slow learner. Until recent years, the only alternative was keep up with the majority or drop out and become another kind of statistic in the community. The most handicapping are encouraged to use their minds and bodies as best they can. Today, a retarded child may not need the services of the diagnostic and referral center for years at a time. Boys like this are retarded. These girls, whose minds cannot fathom abstract ideas, have been patiently taught to deal with the world of tangible things. In the educator's jargon, they too are in a trainable class. What happens when a retarded child becomes a retarded adult? An adult who cannot read and comprehend a job application, who cannot deal with simple numbers in an age of rapid computers.
$400 billion.
What does he do? Where does he turn? There is no pressure to produce at a given competitive pace. So many questions about retardation remain unanswered.
Very good.
Psychological testing of the retarded is a continuous process from childhood through adolescence at the Permanent Information and Counseling Center.